Good morning, beautifuls. Ashley Sunshine coming here live from Hofa Carmel in Israel. And you can see my family of friends behind me. I'm just moving into a new house, so I'm going through an adjustment period. And I moved into a bigger house that costs more money. And I'm going through personally some up levels in my relationship with money, which you probably know that as you up level with things, you experience resistance and it can be really challenging. But this is really the sign that the old limiting beliefs are being cleared. And so, actually, when we start to up level ourselves, if we experience those difficulties and those limiting beliefs and the resistance, it's a good sign. It means that we're going into territory that is new, that we're expanding, we're growing our edges, and we're getting bigger. So it totally changed my relationship with resistance to understand that because I actually see it as a good sign now. And even though it's difficult and challenging, it like doesn't bog me down or make me feel doubt in myself. It actually makes me excited for the next level to come. Hello, Nico wants to be on the live stream. Also, hi, Amy, welcome. Oh, so yeah, I want to just, are you ready to up level your relationship with money? If you are, if you're joining live or on the replay and you are feeling that, then comment a yes. And tell me where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know who's coming. So I just did the other day an interview with my money mentor. Hell yes, Amy, amazing, amazing. So I have a money mentor and a business mentor right now, and she is incredible. And I did like a fangirl email with a fangirl podcast interview with her. And I'm really excited for you to get that. It's going to come out in like 2, 3 weeks from now. But she talked about breaking the chains of scarcity and lack in our generation. And it's actually our duty to do that. And that it might feel heavy and it might feel like a lot, but we're in this generation now that is the first time in history where women are able to hold the amount of money that we're able to as a general collective. So it's our duty to step up and to really say, yes, I am ready to hold the next level of money. I'm ready to hold overflow. I'm ready to receive more. And when we do that, we come to up with resistance. Am I really? Am I worthy? Is there a catch? Is there something I'm going to have to pay for this later? Okay, and to really be able to step in and hold it is a whole process. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and really up leveling our relationship with money is about seeing money as a being, that you are forming an intimate relationship with another being. And that being might look, different depending on the person. I'm going to let him out. This always happens. Okay, Nico, go outside. Bye. So that we form this intimate relationship with a person. And as you know from your relationships in your life, relationships are not straightforward. They're not, something that's like, yeah, you're my friend forever and that's it. You have your ups and downs. You have the layers that you need to peel off so that you can get closer and you can build that respect with each other. And one of the things that I've been, playing with lately is my need for validation from others and our deprogramming as a society, as a culture, our deprogramming of the need to be validated by others. And that's that step into self-love. That's why self-love is such a buzzword, because it's real. Like we need it. We need that process. Hi, if you're joining, say hello in the chat. That we need that sense of self-validation, that we are good enough, and that any external validation that we receive, anybody else's praise, is a bonus. Okay. And the same goes with money, that we don't need money to validate us, that we are good enough as we are. And money is this beautiful bonus. And as we start to build an intimacy with money, we begin to open ourselves up as already beloved, as already beautiful, and money would actually be happy to have us. Money would actually be privileged to be with us. Okay, and this is this process of building intimacy and building self-validation, knowing that you are already good enough as you are. You don't need money to validate you. And I'm telling you, this is huge. This is the generational breaking of scarcity and lack. Because I know for me, and I'm curious if this is also true for you, that my parents taught me, and not in a bad, they didn't mean to, but they taught me subconsciously that money is my worth. That the amount of money that I'm able to earn, that I'm able to hold, I'm able to have, is signifying my inherent worth. Okay, I'm curious in the chat if that's true for you as well. If that's kind of the message you got from your parents, from society, from childhood mentors, from young adult mentors, from college. The amount of money that we're able to earn, that we're able to save, signifies our worth. Yeah, good. Yeah, relating to that. Like, I'm sure we all can. And this is exactly the bond that we need to break. And we're already realizing as an awakening women community that we no longer need other people's validation. But that money piece is the next piece. What a typical cat. He wants to come back in now. Okay, so I wanted to tell you about my meditation this morning. So I've been up leveling. I invested in high level mentorship. I am doing a big trip in April. I moved to a bigger house, like all these things. I'm like, oh my God, how can I hold this? Am I worthy of this? Is this okay? And there's some people that might say, well, it's showing in your bank account that you don't like have enough for this, And some people might say, oh no, it's fine, you have plenty. And it's really self-determined. It's all relative. It's all up to me and how I feel about it and my relationship with money. My relationship with my ability to continue to grow my relationship with money. And so I just went into a meditation because I noticed that by these up levelings, every time I'm thinking about money, my heart does those little flutters like, ooh, and I begin to feel anxious sensations. And I just want to normalize that for a second, like I'm sharing vulnerably and also just this is normal. It's normal to feel anxious, to feel those butterflies, to feel that doubt or those little uneasy feelings when you're going into new territory. And I have built through the yoga practice, through the embodiment practices, through my rituals, a sense of self-trust, through my coaching as well, like the coaching I've done with my mentors. I've built a sense of self-trust that I know that if the worst case scenario would happen, I would still be okay. And this is a great practice to do, is to really get embodied, to move your body, to feel your essence, and then take yourself into those worst case scenarios from a place of the loving observer, from the place of your essence, and see that you would be okay. I even saw myself like pitching a tent and playing the ukulele for cash, as the worst case. And I realized that I would still probably have fun doing that, even though it would be very difficult and that would actually never happen, But if it did, I would be okay and I would have fun. And I would move on from that. I wouldn't be stuck there forever. So I went into a meditation this morning to first of all induce. So the first step of a meditation process is usually the induction, allowing yourself to sink into presence and get into the alpha brainwave state. So to be less busy in the mind and to send your body into kind of a trance, okay, like a mini hypnosis. So the meditation process with that induction to into a mini hypnosis, and then you can begin to play with asking questions. You can begin to play with inviting in different entities, different beings into your experience. And so one of the beings that I worked with today was money. And I said, money, come to me. Show me yourself. What do you look like? And I just waited. I'm just like, money, come to me. What do you look like? And I saw all of a sudden a big tree, with beautiful trunk and these wide roots that spread all over the planet, and connect everything. And like this beautiful money being connecting all things and kind of receiving, right, from the roots and growing and then giving with the branches, which makes so much sense, right? And I was like, wow, that's genius. That's so cool. So I felt money scoop me up on one of its branches and hold me and let me lay down, and kind of like the branches swaying to like lift up my head and then lay my head back down again and just kind of hold me and caress me. And I felt money's love for me. I felt money's appreciation of me, of who I am. And I know that I don't need that. I know that I don't need money's appreciation for who I am. I know I don't need that validation for who I am. But because I appreciate who I am, and because I love being me, I could let money play with me. I could let the tree of money caress me and hold me and allow me to twist and turn and bounce and tell me he's got me. And it felt like a masculine being. And so it's I feel that I'm beginning this new era of seeing the money as this being, this giving tree. And it's so wild because, oh, me too, Amy, so much. It's such a beautiful, I will create a guided meditation on this after I go into it a few more times and get really familiar. Um, yeah, and that's part of Rebel Ritual as well. The program that I'm running, I'll have a library of my meditations. So like these beings that I meet, you can meet them too. And what was I gonna say? It was like that phrase of money doesn't grow on trees. And I was like, oh my God, money does grow on trees. Like I felt the leaves, like, yeah, here's some money, here's some cash. Like let yourself be free with it, and connecting deeper to the actual tree is that process of giving and receiving. I mean, exactly. Money doesn't grow. That's exactly what came to my mind when I was doing this, and this is one of those beliefs, and it's like, wait, it actually does. It actually does. And what's also funny is that money's made of paper, and paper's made of wood, and wood comes from trees. So like, it actually does. This is one of those limiting beliefs, one of those false viral belief systems that we have bought into, that it is time for us to break. It is time. It is time for us to reestablish our love, our vulnerability, our intimacy with money as a being, and to break the patterns of scarcity and lack. And that means to look at those limiting beliefs. Look at the feelings that arise whenever you feel the tension, the tightness. Know that this is a good thing. This is a good sign. As long as you continue to work with it, as long as you look at it, feel it to heal it, feel it, look at it, but you don't need to spend hours. As you get better at this, it becomes more like instant karma. And I believe that instant karma will be another live stream. But it's like, you can get better and better at it so that these processes happen faster and faster. And you can trust yourself that, you have the power to transform these tensions and anxieties within your body into a gift. That's what it's there for. Those tensions arise so that you can transform it into a gift. And it's our sacred duty right now. It's the dharma of this generation of especially of women, but also of men. And so this is just one example, right? Like, of seeing money as a being. We can see so many other things as a being, like our home, our job, our career, our business as a being, and we're building and forming relationships with all of these different things in our life, which are all a reflection of our relationship with ourself, how you feel about yourself. So all those anxieties that come up, those tensions that come up, are an indicator of another level of your own ability to be so compassionate, loving, and unified with yourself. Because that's what this is all about. Just like loving, unifying with yourself. And as you do that, you start to realize that your self doesn't stop at the skin. It doesn't end here. Your self goes way beyond your skin into actually all of the cosmos eventually, which we realize, because yoga is that unity, and it starts with the mind, body, and breath. You unite what you have inside, uniting the mind, body, and breath. And every time you go into one of those panic moments and you come back to the unity of mind, body, and breath, you already have a step forward. And when you practice that enough times, the unity of mind, body, and breath, it starts to become very obvious that it's not just that's unity. It's the air around me. It's the water. It's the food. It's the other people. It's whatever is influencing my senses. And then it's even beyond that eventually as well. Okay, so this ability to deal with the subtleties in our life is so important. And the coming back to ritual, the coming back to meditation, the coming back of awareness, the coming home within all the time to then build our relationships with everything, including money, from the inside, not from the outside, right? This is the old paradigm. Building our relationship depending on the results, depending on what's happening externally. That's how we used to build our relationships. Okay, I'm getting these and these results. That means I can trust money. I'm getting these and these results. That means I can trust my business. No, it's not that anymore. It's, how do I relate to this? How much do I trust myself? How much do I trust the universe? How balanced is my masculine and feminine? How have I healed my relationship with my inner masculine and feminine? And all of these things are thanks to ritual, are thanks to continue coming back home to yourself, to continue coming to that inner peace within, and then from that peaceful place, looking at the relationships that you have in your life and asking, how can I show up more? How can I bring more love and compassion or peace or trust to this? And what do I need to do to step up to make any changes that I want to make? And all of this is done well with ritual. And so when I coach, when I mentor my high-level one-on-one programs, or my group programs, one of the crucial things is ritual, is developing your habits, is developing your ability to keep coming back to the cushion, to keep coming back to the awareness with yourself, to develop that consistency and that self-trust. And so I'm really excited to have this kind of like introduction to working with me in the Rebel Ritual. So it's a 33-day container of committing to a new ritual. So if you're here and you want to write in the chat, like, what is one new ritual, one new practice that you want to incorporate into your life? Do you want to be tidying up more? Do you want to prepare your meals with more intention? Do you want to meditate every day? Do you want to open tarot cards or do oracle readings for yourself every day? Do you want to bless your water? Do you want to start working out? Do you want to take your workout to another level? Do you want to, drink more water in your day? What is it that is your next level of building that relationship with yourself and your life? That's what this is all about. It's building your relationship with yourself and your life. So tuning in and what is that next level? Um, and when you know what you want to do, you can come into Rebel Ritual with that. And so I'm going to do this first round live. And then after that, it's going to be a self-paced course, a 33-day that you decide you're going to start and you do it yourself. So if you join this first round, then you also have access so you can keep on doing it for every new habit that you want to incorporate, right? Or you can do it again to reinforce a habit that you already started. So I'm really excited about that. The live round will start on March 12th. Amy said, up level my meditation practice. Beautiful. So that's something we're definitely going to talk about in the Rebel Ritual. And just to yeah, we talked about this, Amy, and you wanting to go into silent meditation. And so what I would recommend, backed up by habit science. So we're going to talk about habit science also and the research that's done behind creating and sustaining and maintaining habits. And so it's really starting small. So what's the minimum that you could do? Or what's the maximum that you feel like you can commit to that's really small that you could do every single day? So usually we start with 1 minute. And maybe for you, since you've already been meditating, you might be able to start with 5. But like 5 minutes, non-negotiable, silent meditation every day, and begin with that and do that for 5 days. And then add another minute, 6 minutes, and do that for 3 days. And then add another minute and 7 minutes. So this is the kind of work we're going to do together. And I know that, Amy, you'll be able to do that too. And with my support as well. But really setting, okay, what's your goal? What's the minimum you can do to keep yourself committed and it not feeling too difficult, not feeling like, oh, 10 minutes is like, I don't have time. But like 5 minutes, you always do, and it's always relevant to you. Like right now, for me, because I've been growing my meditation practice for so long, that 20 minutes is like fast for me. That's like really short. So that's my minimum. That's what I did today, for example. That's my minimum. And so sometimes I'll do 30, 40, or even 60 minutes. And those are really powerful practices, but my minimum is 20. So, but that's not to compare you with me. You have to start with where you're at. So it could be 1 minute, it could be 5, because I started with 1. And then got it to 2, and then got it to 5, and then got it to 10. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. And I believe that up-leveling your meditation practice will help you in your relationship with money. And as you are able to build that time that you're spending on the cushion, you're able to incorporate more things into it. Okay, so talking to money, talking to angels. Yeah. All right. So much love. Thank you for joining me, Amy. It was so, so fun to have you. And again, if you're on the replay, I will be sure to answer all the comments. So feel free to interact as much as you like with this. And if you're interested in Rebel Ritual, send me a DM or go to ashleysunshine.com/rebelritual. And love you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Shabbat Shalom.